Hi, in this graph shows how the velocity of aircraft changes as it accelerates along the runway. Use the graph to find an average acceleration. For average acceleration, which is we have the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time. And look at the graph. The initial velocity here, which is u equals 0. Final velocity at this point, if you zoom in, it's approximately 78. So 78 minus 0 divided by 60. So the acceleration here, which is 1.3, I already get 3 marks. I show the examiner the value of the final velocity, which is 78, and the total time taken, which is 60 seconds, and the final answer after working out 1.3. In section B, explain. It means an account of something with reasons and why acceleration is not constant. If the acceleration is constant, it means summation F resultant force equal to mass times acceleration. Mass always constant, but the acceleration changes here, decreases definitely according to the curve here, which is a negative curve. The is not the slope is negative, not positive here. Slightly from the reading, for example, 35. So the acceleration start to show kind of decrease. Maybe the resultant force decreases as well. Even the engine produce a constant force. So if you think about the engine force initially equals mass times acceleration, and it initially was constant, and the engine force is constant, there is another force opposing or opposite to the effect of the engine force. It would try to decrease the effect of engine force. If you think about this one mathematically, so the engine force, which is constant, and there is another force which is opposite to the engine force. I don't know this what the name of this force. I keep it like as a question mark equals to mass times acceleration. Now, if the acceleration decreases, for example, so there is another force here which is opposing the engine force. And I think this force, which is a kind of a resistive force, which is air resistance, especially when you speed up. So now the acceleration, I would say, decreases because as the speed of the aircraft increases, so the air resistance as a opponent now or opposing force acting on the aircraft increases. And now I get, I think, 3 marks. But you have to say reducing finally, sorry, the resultant force. So I highlight which I said engine force initially equal mass times acceleration. Engine force minus its unknown force, mass times acceleration. If acceleration decreases, so there is another force acting, it's a negative direction opposing the engine force. So acceleration decreases, the speed of the aircraft increases, the air resistance acting on the aircraft increases, reducing the resultant force, and I get 3 out of 3. If you like the video, share and like and subscribe to our channel, and see you next video.